What's up, guys? It's your girl Sandy. Welcome back to another video. And I don't know, we have Lyric Phone again, and our husband is a giving part of the story. So we want to do a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell and become a part of the family. So make we take in what I have to say now. Cause I really want to know what you could have really have to say right now. So just stay tuned.
But more just a couple of things will get said in the video. Yeah. And disclaimers early out. My intention is not to disrespect Simone in any way, shape or form. My intention is not to come here and start a scandal or start a cyber war back and forth. And that's my intention that. You get me? My intention, and I forget details, but we help me in my relationship either. I don't for the business that. Straight up. I reserve. She won't go ahead and talk about details regarding the relationship, that's up to her. You get me? She have fear truth or she have to speak. Just like how me have my truth and me have to speak. But I reserve details for myself. You get me? My children one day, because we're up on the internet, stay up on the internet though. My children one day, my boys, I will probably see the video and more of them understand at the end of the day say, yo, you get what I say? Them can watch a video and not necessarily see them father you, their mother certain way. So it's important for me to ensure that I choose my words carefully. I'm not disrespect nobody. Zine? But a couple of things get said in the video, I want to tackle them. Because Simone talk about
What is this right here? I don't understand nothing. I don't understand. I can't understand what is this right here. Let's get back into the video.
And disclaimers early out. My intention is not to disrespect Simone in any way, shape or form. My intention is not to come here and start a scandal or start a cyber war back and forth. And that's my intention that. You get me? My intention, and I forget details, but we help me in my relationship either. I don't for the business that. Straight up. I reserve. She won't go ahead and talk about details regarding the relationship, that's up to her. You get me? She have fear truth or she have to speak. Just like how me have my truth and me have to speak. But I reserve details for myself. You get me? My children one day, because we're up on the internet, stay up on the internet though. My children one day, my boys, I will probably see the video and more of them understand at the end of the day say, yo, you get what I say? Them can watch a video and not necessarily see them father you, their mother certain way. So it's important for me to ensure that I choose my words carefully. I'm not disrespect nobody. Zine? But a couple of things get said in the video, I want to tackle them. Because Simone talk about the church. You get what I say, and we just not like how the church overall will be portrayed. You know this, with us both being Christians. We might not look like it, but love God with all our heart. You get me? We might not look like modern day Christians, not me. Or traditional Christians, so to speak, sorry. My career come and say. You know. But me can safely say, I know for me and Simone, we love God with all our heart. Seeing stuff like marriage is a facade, I want to tackle some of them little things there. You see me, even comments made about people we expect to reach out to you and them to reach out to you. Talking about the boys and how you're doing this with the boys and even from a longer time making certain comments regarding the boys on social media that affect me. I can understand. I'm going to explain a little bit in depth regarding that as well. I'm not going to go through everything, but just kind of overview of some of the stuff. And also when you're going to make talks like you did everything that you should have done as a wife. Alright, here we go. That first and foremost I will say is a lie. I don't think either of us did enough. So let me start this. I'm going to start with the last thing I'm going to mention. Simone make a statement where she say, yo, it's like she demand justice, so to speak. Because she believes that she do everything that she should have done as a wife. But yet still, it not seem like nothing good reach her out of the situation. Or out all of the sacrifices that she make. And I'm sorry, but yo, that's we both failed in a lot of areas. And that's what I'm saying, maybe completely transparent. We both failed in a lot of areas. But one principle we learn in our life, and it's important for people to understand this, right? Because the experiences that you have in life, you can learn as much as you can possibly learn from them. You have to understand this principle. You see, if you can cast blame, you have to can also take a certain amount of responsibility as well. Blame and responsibility go hand in hand. When this is what nobody wants to say, it is a fact in life. There are a lot of scenarios where you can throw blame on somebody, right? You can blame somebody for certain things, and it not necessarily have nothing to do with what you did or anything like that, or nothing can necessarily be put back on you. But for most situations in life, if you are involved and you can cast blame, you can also look upon it and say, what could I have done differently? You get me? I feel like it's unfair. I say you did everything. Yo, this what we're going through now was never the beginning. It's not the beginning or the start. You see me? Of all the issues that we have. Symptoms. But it's not the real issue. Or it's definitely not the real issues, or more than one of them. We both fail on both sides. Straight up. So me as a man, may not necessarily always express things the way Simone are gonna express certain things. She very, very much, I'm not gonna say emotional, because everybody emotional, right? But in terms of how she express her emotions, then so to speak, she can cry and only can empathize with her, and me not necessarily respond or act that way, so to speak, right? And I guess society kind of do with that as men. You see me? Like the women allowed for can cry and can bawl and can do this and can do that, and people will openly see them pain, but you don't see them think that with men. We feel pain too. More to understand just biblically what we come from as women. Zine, we come from man. You get me? So if you feel like say you emotional and bawl and you feel things deeply, what you think about the man them? The man them feel things deeply too, you know? We feel things deeply. We don't necessarily always express it. You see me? And we don't necessarily always express it the best ways either. You see me? But we feel. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna necessarily cry on camera, but I want to understand see how I feel too. Like I have been hurt in this relationship as well. Like me I talk about years worth of hurt. It's not a situation in which you see a symptom of something happening now and you just feel like, oh, all of a sudden Jermaine is this bad person. No. Yo, everything have a genesis. And it was never my intention for anything to happen, you see me, for this relationship to suffer. Because guess what? I learned marriage from my mother and my father. I see them two they go through all it. I see them two they stick it out. In my head, nothing is irreconcilable. With the God that me serve, anything fixable. I believe that. Because I have been in some unfixable situations before and I see them turn around. You get what I say? The whole issue with the church, I have a genuine problem with that. I have a genuine problem with that. Because guess what? I don't feel like it fair for bash the church. I don't feel like it fair. I understand if there are individuals in church that a lot of times push their own agendas, right? I understand that because that happens. But the church on a whole, no. I don't believe that, because in this situation specifically, I don't feel like the church failed way. I'm going to say that straight up. I don't feel like the church failed us. I don't feel like we need to start one more church scandal and say what the church never do from what the church do. You see me? Like, the church that we go to, the church that we attend, are one of the most liberal churches I know. Straight up. Like, Simone has had so much freedom in her ability to express herself there and just be who she wants to be. Nobody no cover her down too much about her piercings. Nobody no page her about her loudness or her behavior. In fact, our pastor defends her openly so many times. Me tell you, yo, Simone is loved at that church. More to understand what it's called at the moment. Simone is loved. You remember tell them more to understand that. Simone is loved at that church. Simone is I mean from pastors go all the way down to congregation. Simone is adored at that church. So for Simone I say, oh, the church do this and the church do that, I have a problem with that because I tell you the honest truth. Like, I have never seen such an outpouring of love. You see me? For somebody who don't necessarily fit the mold of a Christian, like the way I've seen the church pour out for Simone. You see me? And the opportunities where she get for even our ministry, just by being affiliated. You get me, I say, with the church that we're a part of. It hurt me to the core, man, because they give and they give and they give. But when we need anything, when she needs something, when she's going through a difficult situation, and them see him on bail way out. So I find it hard. It hurt me to the core. You get to me, I say, it hurt me to the core. Now I understand, see, I have 1 and 2 people who will make them comments and will say some things. And I understand that. And then people that act rogue more time and speak things and say things where the leadership wouldn't necessarily agree with. But guess what? You can't fault the church for that. That's just people. You can't say church people for that. That's just people overall. People do that. You vex people at page about your navel piercing. Yo, that's just part of life. If you are going to be who you are, you have to be ready and be prepared for some people in life to not necessarily agree with you. Just straight up. Some people in our life now don't necessarily agree with the decisions that you make, and you have to be fine with that. People don't need to agree. If you know your truth, then you do you. And if you and God have the relationship, then you and God walk it out. But you don't need to load up church people. Sometimes they have to go out for them thing too. You have to allow them enough grace if you can do that as well. And you have to allow them enough grace for understand. So sometimes even if I judge them, I judge. You see me? You allow them the space and the grace if you can figure it out upon them own as well. So that them thing they rub me the wrong way. When you talk about stuff like marriage is a facade. Yo, marriage is a beautiful thing. I will never, ever downplay marriage. Ever. I feel like it's a beautiful thing. You see me? People difficult. Marriage in itself, the system works. Just because the system don't necessarily work for you doesn't mean the system, you see me, don't work. And for me, we can never look back. Like when I look at what's going on now, I can't understand how it is. Like I can't understand. I can't understand how all of a sudden somebody can just look upon you with different eyes, just full of hatred, when years we want to spend together. You see me? You can look back and you can actually see like good times in it. A lot of good times as well. I don't understand how people can just forget all of the good times. You forget all of the good times. You see me? And just make it seem like a chaos all around. You get me? Yo, marriage is a beautiful thing. I feel like it take a coming together of people. It take a denying of self. You see me? It takes you deciding, say, yo, you're going to put on yourself, you're going to put on this. For a long time, for years upon years upon years, it is something I have said over and over, have not felt like a priority in my marriage. And I tell you straight up. I see comments with people that talk about, yo, you know, it always happens to women. You give everything to a man and then nothing come out tight. Suppose I were to tell you it was the other way around. Wouldn't I never believe that, don't it? Wouldn't I never understand the sacrifices that were made to support Simone, to push Simone? When I wouldn't even understand just how much I've had her back, putting out her fires a lot of time. You get to me say when she and people fall out, it has been, yo, just constant work. And I am telling you, I have never ever tried harder at anything in my life than I have at this marriage. I have never tried harder at anything in my life than I have this marriage. Straight up. Did I get everything right? Hell no. Yo, make mistakes? Enough. 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 But at the end of the day, I know for a fact say, yo, I try with this. I work, I put in the work for this. You get to me, I say, yeah. Yes. Another comment get made about the whole friends thing, and well, not necessarily friends, but people who should have expected to reach out to her that never reach out to her. Shall I cut them off? Yo, you see this world that we live in, you know, or this age, I'm old fashioned. I hope you can probably realize I might look like a young modern day hip youth or whatever it is, you see me, but me definitely old fashioned. What if old fashioned principles? Because nowadays when you look on social media tell you to chop down your circle. It'll tell you say yo, somebody crossing the wrong way, your man leg off for them, make them go on. Yo, nothing in social media pushes using a reconciliation or fixing things, or people taking the time out to see what the differences are and see how we can work around them. Nobody don't have the time for that again. People done with you. People are cut you out of them life every year. Every single year is a cut somebody out of your life year. Straight up. From 2000 and when this start, probably from 2012. Every year from 2012 come up. You see me, your man decide year I'm gonna shed some people, I'm gonna cut out some people out of my life, my circle gonna get smaller. Every year. Every year. You soon on nobody left. You see me? People soon on nobody left if I saw them continuously attack, if I saw them continuously deal with life and I deal with situations. You see me? Our friends are feeling it too. People in the OTS reach out to me. I had to condition in my mind that I know these people and them people that love me. And it's not a situation in which they are ignoring my comment. I did I go through it too. I'm not even say did I, like it's a past tense thing. Yo, bro, me I go through it. Because people used to talking to us as the Henrys. You get what I say? People used to dealing with it as the Henrys. I know them realize that things gone awry. How them are going to communicate with one person without the other person feeling like say, yo, them are take up for the other person. Yo, you have to be understanding to them and understand say them hurt just as much by this. So if them not reach out and because them not care. But I have to convince myself for that because I see some people that call me and I tell you say I start feeling weird. And I feel say, oh God, my heart. God, my heart, because me I tell you, yo, this not easy. You see me, it not easy. It don't easy. But I have to believe, no matter what. Yo, if you lose a hope, you know nothing. I have to believe, say, yo, my friend them genuinely love we, each of us. See? I have to believe, say, yo, them love we. And because them love we, and because of how them a process the information too, them no might necessarily know exactly what to say and them afraid to reach out. So yo, you have to cut off people because them don't reach out to you. No. Another thing will get said where and it's been said, and not just now since this I said, because I've had a problem with this statement now for a while, and it's used in multiple scenarios. Where Simon paint the picture as if, yo, I'm doing and I have to do this with two boys. You see me, even when she had the gym and stuff like that, you know, before we even separated, all the time, as I must say, every single time when it come up, you see me, and people will all comment and I say, yo, Lyrical, you do this with two boys, and it's almost like you make everything seem, you make it seem as if you have no help with the boys. I'm starting over and I have to be starting over with two boys. Hey, it's not you alone. It is not you alone. Simone has an overwhelming support group when it comes on to those boys. Right? Myself being number one as them father. Me not stay out of them boys in life. I tell you that straight up. Me not some of them father there. You see me? I want to do everything. I pick with them. I reason with them. I talk to them. Even like a Jalil, I one and me talk to Jalil. Huh? Eh? And what talk and stuff like that. Yo, those boys, they are our pride and joy. You see me can safely say that. For the two of we. And may I tell you, say, you see Simone grandmother, her name, yo, you see she, you see mama. I say Simone don't have a right for come on and I make it seem as if I'm doing this with the boys and I have to be doing this with the boys. Yo, the boys are mainly over the grandmother. The boys are mainly over the grandmother. Anytime errands have to get run, anytime things have to get done, they play an active, not a day, honestly, not a day goes by that the boys aren't over the grandmother, right? So guess what? Simone gets a ton of help. I hate hearing it from even before. I hate how when people comment and say certain things, yo, how you do it with two boys, and it's like you just take all of the credit for yourself. No, you have a very, very strong support system. Don't do that. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Again, with my disclaimers, I'm not planning for scandal nobody. Right? But may I respond to the stuff from me here, and may I put perspective to it. Because you see, for all of the people them will listen and hear her and empathize with her, that's fine. I do not have a problem. Support her. She'll go through it. Me I go through it. And me will just, I guess me will figure out how to deal. You get what I say? Right now, she finds it therapeutic. From a longer time, I know she finds it therapeutic for talk about certain things just to the camera. I get that. It's not necessarily something I agree with, especially as it relates to the publicizing part of things. But I get it. I get how you can just talk and nobody, it's like you can just be heard, so to speak, and not worry about a response. We get the whole therapy sense behind it and stuff like that. You get what I say? But Simone has a ton of help with the boys. Alright? Simone has a ton of help with the boys. Simone talk about money and how she can't even get a car loan. Yo. Because all of the money get funneled through my accounts. Guys, I hope you don't see me as a horrible person. Because I feel like that's the picture I get painted on me, and I hate it so much because the people that know me know that I'm not a horrible person. I am not a horrible person. Now, when I see them watch the videos, them was support her from long time, and Simon would jump in every now and again, and I hear, you know, and even she will sing and praises and I talk about how Jermaine this and Jermaine that. But I make sure I make up them that too. But I just want to understand, right? Now, when stuff gets said, it puts me in a negative light. And may I feel watch again, may I feel watch how I talk. Because I don't want to put her in a negative light. So certain details about her I don't necessarily want to say. Right? But there is a valid reason why all monies had to go through me. And that is all I will say. There is a valid reason why that had to happen. Okay? I want to understand that. I don't like my wicked, I don't like my dark, or anything like that. But it was necessary, especially for our financial stability. It was necessary for our financial stability. I'm not going into details. I'm not going into details of my marriage. I'm not going into details of certain things. I just want to kind of set the record straight. Because I feel like it's just unfair to hear one side of the story and not hear other sides. And for all of the people who can comment and can respond and not even hear both sides of the story, like, I'm worried. Like, I'm worried when I see stuff like that. I'm worried when somebody can just take a side and not hear both sides of the story. You see me? Now, the reason surrounding the separation, I'm honestly not even getting into the details of it. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, when the word abusive is being used, I really want it to be put into context. Because nobody feel like me over beat my wife. Because I know them something that happen. I understand say abuse is mental, physical, and as well as emotional. So if I go put it in its category, as it relates to physical, I know over beat my wife. As it relates to mental and emotional, and guess what? The two are abused. Right? The two are abused. Men don't show things the way women show things. We don't. But it does not mean that we don't feel. We feel, and I tell you how, we feel so deeply. We feel so deeply. When I'm telling her, say, yo, I try with my relationship, I try. And I tell her, say, I struggle with feeling like a priority. For years, I struggle. Everything will take precedence over me. Our fitness and gym, business, everything take a priority over me. Something I've expressed multiple times. But you still push and try the way you're supposed to do. But now I go and do. Me not go be the one for say do that. I feel away. Especially knowing that I did everything that I should have done as a husband. Can't hear that thought that come out of my mouth. Because again, with blame come responsibility, and I tell you, yo, I could have done a lot of things so differently. If me didn't know now, if me didn't know then I know now, I would have done a lot of things differently. But yo, no, nobody get it twisted. My wife, I'm not gonna say I loved her. I'm gonna tell you something, I love her. I love her with all of my heart. Cool, I'm a wife. And may I say that with love being a choice, because you're a regular, she rub me the wrong way. You see me? But I choose to love her. I choose to love her. You get me? Just one of the biggest issues, and I guess it's the last thing I believe, one of the biggest issues is our ability to reconcile. And I think I hit a comeback on a haunt way. Because when you really check it out, whenever things used to happen in this relationship, now I forgot for days and not talk to me. I don't know that happened, I regular that happened. And when I say I do, I never know somebody else say I do to she and her mother. Because anytime stuff happen, anytime at all stuff happen, that's where she ends up. Over her mother's house. That's where she feel comfort. That's where she feel safety. Over there so she go. Anytime anything happen, you know, just for kind of get a breather, that's where she go. But that happen regular. And I honestly believe so little things like then they handicap the relationship, because the relationship not really get forgot through its issues and breathe and actually like can come out and we can say, yeah, we go through this and we deal with this the right way. We couldn't avoid each other, we have to deal with this. You get me? Simone want vengeance, Simone want public humiliation, and Simone will weaponize her followers. She'll weaponize her followers. Anyway you take it, my reputation I gonna get dragged in the mud. Anyway you take it. Anyway you take it. But I never expected this would be the reason for me if I actually come on YouTube and I talk to people. But you just have to do what you have to do. So yo, fix your crown. Yeah man, fix your crown, but fix your heart too. You get me? Because this vengeance thing, all of this can be resolved if as adults. Suppose me for telling us say, oh no, we're not sit down as adults and actually talk about this together. We tried. The church tried to get us in a room together to talk. You get what I say? And even instructions that were given to us to move forward and what we should do to work on each other, to work on ourselves individually. The instructions didn't get followed. So guess what? If a doctor prescribe a medication and you not like how it tastes, you get what I say? If you decide say you not gonna take the medication kind of like how it tastes, where you gonna get help? Yo, that's it, yeah, man. I'm not even going to go into more details. For the ones who must stay and listen, I appreciate it. Again, I really did try. You know, nobody see me as a horrible person. I can't help that, but that's the facts. I really did try. God can fix anything though, so I believe, you know. So fix your crown, yes, but fix your heart too. Come on, people.
Alright guys, so we reach the end of the video. Make we know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for more content. And you can check out the rest of the video them. I do a part 1, part 2, and part 3. And just keep up to date. Stay blessed, stay love. It's a girl Sandy. Big up on herself. Remember, follow up on Instagram Check out our merch, link in the description below. And don't forget, guys, turn on the bell. Big up on yourself. And Bonez say out to. Peace.